Look, the FBI is rotten to the core. I'm tired of hearing about, just a few bad actors at the top. Because we had done a 7 or 8 year long investigation of FBI corruption in a couple of different places, but in particular the El Paso office. And the darkest and most sick, perverted, corrupt stuff you could possibly imagine in that office. And so I knew of what I spoke. And I had in my misspent youth, I was an Army counterintelligence officer. And, I had dealings with the FBI in that environment as well. The Army's counterintelligence capabilities outstripped the FBI's by leagues. The FBI it's a sloppy organization. They have great PR. They had great PR. There was a day when J. Edgar Hoover was running the place. It was a different organization, but it's a sloppy, corrupt bunch of thugs with guns and badges, and that's a sad thing to say, but it's true. And whenever I say that, I have retired FBI guys go off the rails screaming at me about how that's not their FBI, and I don't doubt it. 15 or 20 years ago, it was probably a different operation, but right now it's a wreck. And so I had said, hey, look, take the U.S. Marshal Service, which relatively speaking has a pretty clean track record, not perfect, but better than the FBI. They don't have an investigative division because that's not their job, right? They're the oldest law enforcement agency, federal, that we have, but they're very competent, very sharp, very capable law enforcement guys. Create an investigations division within the U.S. Marshal Service, and then double check and vet, and then allow a lateral. So other federal law enforcement officers, other 1810s, that's the shorthand term for a guy who's a federal law enforcement officer, allow them to lateral over into a new investigative division, let the Marshal Service run it, and then collapse the FBI into itself. And you could do it in 6 months. It wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be painless. There'd be a lot of kicking and screaming, but with the right person, you could do it. That was well received by a lot of people. It was also not well received by the swamp and all the creatures here in DC. But that's like another recommendation I made, which was treat all the attorneys at the Department of Justice just like you do commissioned officers over at the Pentagon. And every 3 to 4 years, move them. No more homesteading at headquarters. No more being the chief of whatever branch in the Department of Justice for 15 or 20 years. You do a 3-year stint, and then great, you've got an exciting opportunity in Bismarck, North Dakota. And if you don't want to take the assignment, resign, leave. I was an Army officer. That's what I was told. And our entire military runs that way. We don't allow people to homestead because it's not healthy. And that's how we should treat our Department of Justice, because they become captives, right? They create their own little fiefdoms, and it breeds corruption. And that's what you see now.